There are three key reasons why customers select HP's P4000 storage solutions. They are managing unpredictable data growth, such as what happens with server virtualization and client virtualization, ensuring high availability of data, and implementing a disaster recovery strategy. Managing unpredictable data growth is a challenge for any organization. Traditional storage designs have a dual controller-based architecture, like this one here, with a pair of controllers on top, managing the access to data located on disk drives below them. As the storage system needs to grow, administrators simply add additional disk drives. At some point, however, the system becomes unbalanced and the controllers will not be able to keep up with the workload and performance will suffer. The only remedy then is to replace the existing controllers with more powerful ones or change out the entire array. This can be expensive and requires careful planning and downtime. Not so with HP's P4000 storage. P4000 storage systems use a cluster storage architecture like the one being drawn now. Every P4000 is built with identical building blocks, kind of like storage Legos, that we call nodes. Each node contains both a controller and disk drives, so as storage needs to grow, the P4000 cluster is expanded by adding additional P4000 nodes. This way, P4000 storage always maintains an optimal balance between controllers and disk drives as it scales. We call this a scale-out architecture where you increase capacity and performance at the same time. Storage administrators can complete an entire storage upgrade in as little as 15 minutes without downtime or any disruption to end users. P4000 storage clustering saves customers time and money. Another concern customers have is data availability, because if storage is offline, everything is offline. Servers, applications, virtual machines, and users all depend on the enabling storage infrastructure that must be available 7 days a week, 24 hours per day. Traditional dual controller storage architectures are designed with redundant components to protect against downtime. However, 70% of all unplanned downtime is caused not by component failures but by human errors. Things like maintenance mistakes such as pulling the wrong cable or removing the wrong disk drive, and administrative errors such as deleting the wrong volume. Of course, system errors also threaten access to data, such as software bugs, upgrade problems, power sources going down, component failures, and other network and site outage issues. All this leads to unplanned downtime and lost data. Not so with the P4000. P4000 storage clusters have the unique ability to protect your data from all these threats with a technology called network RAID. Here's how it works. P4000 clusters make copies of data on different nodes, and if one node in the cluster fails, the other nodes continue to deliver data. One of the main advantages of P4000 clusters over traditional storage designs is that multiple nodes in the cluster can fail without impacting data availability. What's really cool is that P4000 cluster nodes can be located in the same campus or metropolitan area, which means that outages can occur in different buildings or part of the city, and you can still have access to your data, thus significantly reducing unplanned downtime. Now we're going to talk about disaster recovery, or DR for short. DR involves transferring data from a local site to a remote site before a disaster occurs, so it is still available after a disaster occurs. Every business should have disaster protection, but traditional disaster protection designs are expensive and take a long time to implement. HP P4000 storage, by virtue of its network RAID, is an excellent disaster recovery solution that is fast and easy to implement and extremely cost-effective. But saying that, there is a lot more to the P4000 disaster protection story. P4000 storage also provides longer distance disaster recovery protection with a feature called asynchronous replication. Asynchronous replication replicates data from one site to another to ensure it is available should a disaster occur. Compared to most other replication products, the P4000's replication is very easy and fast to set up and use. Now you might be wondering about the impact on your WAN from replication, and that's a good question. Part of the answer to that is a P4000 feature called thin provisioning. It's like vacuum packing data to eliminate waste and excess storage capacity. That means no unnecessary excess data is replicated from one site to another, which minimizes the amount of WAN bandwidth needed and in turn reduces your network costs. The P4000 also has a feature called snapshots, which minimizes the amount of data that needs to be backed up, stored, and replicated. These two features, thin provisioning and snapshots, mean the absolute smallest amount of data is transferred from one site to another, which again minimizes bandwidth and network costs while protecting your data. But the best news regarding disaster recovery with P4000 is that everything you need to successfully protect your data is included free of charge. In summary, HP P4000 storage systems are extremely scalable, reduce downtime, provide excellent and affordable disaster protection, and greatly reduce the cost of storage. Thanks for watching.